Well, what is up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hytux, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience with the Xbox Series X for this past, like 6+ months. So if I had to basically take the whole experience and put it into one word, I would say it's just easy. It's just such an easy platform to deal with. Especially if you have Game Pass and you don't even have to worry about games. It's been amazing, and it's just been a very pleasant experience overall. Now I've had one or two issues with the console. One was with the controller, the other one was with the console. So I'll talk first about the controller. I have one of my controllers have stick drift, which, if you don't know what stick drift is, it's the most annoying shit you can have in a controller. That's when one of your two pads, the ones you use to move the camera out, if they lose the responsiveness that they generally have. So, for example, if I go up and then let it go, maybe it will go down for a second, or sometimes it will start, going up or to the side, and it just messes up with the accuracy of the gameplay, which is super annoying. I had it on one of my two controllers. I ended out, looking at a video on how to fix it, so I gathered the courage to open the controller, and I was able to fix it without any issues. But it was very annoying. I had it for like 2 weeks where I was like, it was just so annoying to play with. And the other issue that I had was pretty early on. It had to do with quick resume. Basically, when I would be using quick resume, and then I would jump to a multiplayer game, like let's say Warzone, and then I would go back to the single player game, which should have been able to open quick resume. Sometimes it would get stuck, and then it would just crash, so it wouldn't open the game, and if you try to reopen it again, it would just do the same thing. So I had to manually close the game, or remove it from the quick resume option to be able to open it, and that was pretty annoying, but it did get fixed. At least for me, it got fixed, one of the previous patches that they did, and I haven't had an issue with it since. I do know that there are certain people that still have it, but for me, it's just been flawless after that. Now, getting into the positives, I feel like there's a lot of positives here. Like I said, it's just so easy to play, especially if you have Game Pass. If I want to play a game, I just download it, open it, play it. If I like it, I can keep playing it. If I don't like it, I didn't spend any money on it, so I can just uninstall it and go look for another game. And there are just so many games to play, and we're not just talking about all of these indie games, which a lot of people kind of think they are bad. We're talking about both indie games, which are very good, as well as some of the biggest franchises for Microsoft, or not even for Microsoft, like in general. And we have so many to play. We've got, all of the Bethesda games. We've got all the Halo, Gears. There's so many games. We've got. I've enjoyed FIFA 21 so much, which is not a game that I would even pay for to play, and I ended out enjoying it a lot especially with my roommates. We played a lot. But it's just so easy to deal with games, which, coming from the PC perspective, which was what I mostly played with the previous years. There were certain games that my computer just wouldn't want to boot, so I had to look at videos trying to figure out what was going on, and sometimes it took hours to solve an issue. Sometimes I had to uninstall and reinstall the game several times, and sometimes I had to update drivers, and just keeping up with all of that. It wasn't that much work, but comparing that to not having a single issue, just downloading the game, playing it as soon as it's downloaded, it's night and day for me. Like, especially when I was younger and computers weren't that, or at least the computers I had weren't, powerful computers. I just have so many memories of, getting all stressed because I couldn't, play a game that my friends were playing, just because of a stupid, like, little detail on my drivers or something like that. So none of that issues with the Xbox, which has been, it's just been so nice to not have to care about that. Um, the graphics are amazing. I do have a 4K TV, so I get to enjoy that with HDR, and it's just such a nice experience. I do get 60 FPS. I have not been able to get any TV or monitor that will go to 120. Um, but it's still a very enjoyable experience. I have played 120 hertz previously, so I know the difference. I know what I'm missing, and while it is not a deal breaker for me, it is something that I notice and I feel. And that takes me, I guess, to the next topic, which is the FPSs and how people are comparing, PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and like which one is performing better and which one, this and that, and why you shouldn't buy one because it's got 2 to 5 more FPSs on a game, or like it's just stupid at this point, because the difference is not enough for you to even notice. It's not even enough for you to feel it on, when you're playing. Um, and I have played on a PS5, so I'm able to compare them per se. Now, if you talk about a PC, yeah, of course, PC will always be at a different tier. Of course, PC will always be better. At least has always been better than the consoles. But once again, there's a point where the difference just doesn't matter that much unless you're a competitive gamer. And right now, I'm just talking from a perspective of an average gamer, casual gamer. So while I do play a lot, like 10 plus hours sometimes, it's not something that just that I would say makes the experience worse, not having 120 or 200 plus FPS is like you can on a PC. The other thing is the controller. Yeah, they're still amazing. I have played with the PS5 controller, and while the PS5 controller is very revolutionary, and I loved playing the games that used the whole all of the abilities all of the features that it comes with. I still rather play on my Xbox controller. It just feels more natural to my hand. I love the size, and just the feel overall. I love the texture it's got. I feel like it grips enough, but also it doesn't feel like it bothers me at all. I like I said, I can play 10 plus hours without having any issues with this controller. I've also loved basically being able to play on my this sounds a little bit stupid, but on my cell phone. Just like one day I was just I don't know what was happening, I don't know, but I had to leave my room for something, and so I just connected my phone to it and I walked outside and I was playing. It was just nice. It was a very cool experience. And then I went back into my room, picked up the other controller, which was next to the Xbox, and just kept playing. Just things like that are little details that I have come to love. The other thing that I really, really love is Quick Resume. I didn't think I would like Quick Resume as much as I do. That is a deal breaker. Like PS5 not having Quick Resume for me is like, what are you doing? You've got this incredibly advanced controller, and you have so many like pretty cool features. Like I don't know if you guys know, multitasking feature on the PS5 is also pretty interesting and cool. But you guys don't have a Quick Resume, which like I don't think there's a way that I can explain this if you've never had it. Like, yeah, it's just 1 or 2 minutes that it takes to load another game. But once you have quick resume, that is all gone, and it's just amazing. Like that's why it was such an issue when I was, having the bug with quick resume. It really did bother me because it was just such a nice thing to have that I didn't know I needed. And yeah. Now, going back to games, most of the games I play are multiplayer games that are multi-platform as well. So yeah, like Warzone, Apex, Rogue Company, all of those games. So, I mean, I don't know how to. It's just easy. That's why I'll keep saying it. But it's just such easy and just so nice to have the ability. Some games I can just plug in my mouse and keyboard and play without any issues. Others are not quite there yet. Um, but everything is easy. I think it's just so convenient, and I think that has been Microsoft's way of thinking. Um, and a lot of times I was part of the people that critiqued a lot of the ideas that they were trying to bring forth for the previous generation. Uh, but honestly, now that I see a lot of those things and experience them, I'm actually pretty happy that they had that rough time to go ahead and work and perfect what their craftsmen in regards to certain features that they really wanted to do. Um, going to games, the backwards compatibility is amazing. I had a friend bring an original Xbox game, and we were playing, and it was just really funny to, we were just laughing and making jokes and at being able to play that game. And he said he's had it on his house since he was a kid, and it was funny and nice to be able to play it again. Um, so yeah, I think overall I have a very positive um, experience. I haven't had a lot of issues. It's really been very nice. I do know there are certain issues that are going on, but I'm just very excited. I'm very glad that I was able to get one, especially here in Costa Rica, and I'm really hoping, to get more games, especially Halo Infinite. I can't wait for that game, Halo multiplayer. I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. But yeah, would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely. Even if you have an Xbox Series X, just upgrade it. Like you're not gonna regret it. The faster load times, just everything is so much better. Um, and yeah, I guess you can say that I truly am in love with my Xbox. Like on my PC, the only thing I play anymore is League of Legends, and even that I haven't played that much recently. But yeah, I guess that is kind of my update. We'll see if everything keeps going as pleasant as it has so far. If not, then you'll definitely hear it out in a future update. I'm waiting on several games, and yeah, I guess remember to like and subscribe the video if you enjoyed it. If not, you always have the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you guys on the next video. So see ya.